How to add a shape and add a mask to the shape in Photoshop, PC or Mac. Just go over here to the shape tools. You could use any of these shape tools. I'm using the rectangle tool. Go to the top left and make certain it's shape. Set the colour and stroke and then apply. Click and drag and release. So now you've got your design there. You can add a mask to it. At the moment it covers everything that's behind it. Now you could go over to layers and you've got options here to change the blend mode, so you can run through those so you can see through it. You can also change the opacity, again, so you can see through it. But you can also add a mask so you can see through it. So how to add a mask? Well, select the layer and you can go to layer and down to layer mask and reveal all. That's one option. But a quick way, just go down the bottom with that selected and click here. So just click that and that will add a mask. So with this mask, you can now fill it with a gradient, brush strokes, but you can also fill it with shapes as well, but pixel shapes. So just go here. Again, you could use any of these shape tools. I'm just going to use the rectangle, perfectly reasonable. You could use the others. And this time, use pixels. So with pixels, use black if you want to cut through it. If you want to bring more back, go for white. And of course, a blend between the two. So just apply it. And as you drag across, make certain you've got the mask selected. That's the key thing. You've got this little border around it. That's the key thing. So you know it's selected. And you can then just drag across that. And again, you can now see through this design. And you can apply it multiple times to cut through it. And you can, like I say, use any shape or gradients if you want more blurred design, say. But also what you can do, you've got this. You can now go and select this. And you can manipulate the shape again. So you might decide, you know what, I don't want it that angle, I want to rotate it. The mask, everything's linked, so it will rotate with it, and press return. You can also apply effects. So just go down here to effects, click there, and maybe drop shadow. So drop shadow, and well, got the settings here, opacity, distance, keep them fairly low, and you can see now you've got your shadow. Click OK. What you can also do is you can change this mask. So just go back here, make certain you've got that border around it. That's the key thing. Again, you can go over here and select again the rectangle, could be any of the other shapes. And then you can apply it again. And you can see you can cut through that design. Now, if I go over here and just change it to white and apply, you can see it brings it back. So you can put it back. It's not gone for good. You can see you can build up all kinds of complex designs, and you of course can duplicate this design. So you can move this around, hold down the Alt Option key and drag. Once you've duplicated it, you can go over here and you see you've got the colour, make certain this is selected. Click on that and you can change the colour. So maybe go with that one. Double click and again bring up the colour, and you can change the colour, maybe go for red or green. With the selected layer, you can also go with masks and properties. So you've got here, because I selected the shape, you can see all the properties here. You change the rest corners and all those sorts of things. But if I go back to layers and make certain I select this, the mask, go to properties, you've got options here for density. So I'm just going to reduce it down. At the moment, it's 100%. Just reduce it down. And you can see then, obviously, you don't see all the way through. You can just about make it out. You can push it down obviously to 0 and it's basically back to something like that. Solid shape. You can go that way and you've got your cut through again. Also you can go here and you can modify the feather so you can get a nice blurry effect with your mask. You can go to the mask at any time as well and go to filter and you can apply various effects. So blur, maybe Gaussian blur, blocks blur, or maybe go to distort and wave. Set the generators, etc. and click OK. And then you can distort your shape design. Any questions or comments, please put in the comments below. Thank you much.